America's fastest growing sport has found a special place in one of its fastest growing cities, where pickleball's fastest rising star has been on a mission. With mom by her side, today the Waters duo plays for gold. Family ties just as strong on the men's side, where Ben and Colin Johns have been unbeatable in 2022. The stakes certainly seem higher here in Texas. More eyes on the sport of pickleball equals more urgency as players step up to center stage in the PPA. Welcome to Championship Sunday at the Austin Open.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me.
Elevation Athletic Club, the latest destination on the PPA Tour. The best players in the world hoping to put their names in the history books of the very first Pickleball Central Austin Open, powered by Club Corp. Absolutely thrilled to have you with us. Good morning. Drew Felios alongside Dave Fleming. First event, always very special in the sport of pickleball here at the Austin Open. Dave, what has stood out about this week?
Well, it's great to be back in the heart of Texas, Drew. We've had everything that Texas has. Passionate fans, tremendous pickleball, and the Texas weather has been a factor. It's been hot, there's been wind, that will be a factor again today, but people are loving the pickleball here in Austin.
Stop number 5 on the PPA Tour. Remember, before this year began, Leigh Waters, the female superstar in pickleball, said she wanted to win a triple crown. Well, she has already accomplished that, but let's flash back and listen to those goals.
So some goals that I have for this year would definitely be to get my first triple crown. I'm super excited to try for this opportunity, and last year I don't think that I ever thought it was possible to potentially win 3 gold medals, but this year I'm looking forward to giving it my best, and hopefully maybe the first one I'll get mine, but I don't know, but I'm super excited to try for that.
Well, she said it, and Dave, she certainly did it at Port St. Lucie.
She did. She had it on the table a couple of times, and she did it 2 weeks ago in Florida. And she always tells us that singles is her favorite, but she finally got that one with her mom, and we'll see them again today. So awesome job getting that triple crown by young 15-year-old Leigh Waters.
Just tremendous at the Riverland Open. Can she be outstanding here on Championship Sunday? Well, for more on this great event, what to look forward to, let's check in with Hannah Johns.
Well, Dave, we're missing a couple of faces from the final here today, and a lot of you are wondering why that is. Ben Johns and Leigh did not play together for this one, despite having won every single final so far this year. And the reason for that is players make these commitments to partners months, sometimes years in advance, and they want to honor those commitments. Despite that, this has opened the door for a lot of different teams to make their way into the final here today, and we're so looking forward to watching those matchups.
I'm in the big leagues.
PPA Tour in full swing. St. George, Utah on deck at the Red Rock Open. Then Charlotte and Atlanta away. Today, we're in Austin, Texas. Pickleball Central's Austin Open, powered by Club Corp. Championship Sunday is next.
So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when they throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it. Peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort.
The Pickleball Central Austin Open, powered by Club Corp, is brought to you by Club Corp, the world leader in private clubs. Baird, official wealth management partner of the PPA. By Guaranteed Rate, guaranteed home at a guaranteed rate. Duper, make every match count. Select Medical, improving the quality of life. Margaritaville, official lodging partner. By Fit Fine Wine, live your fit. And Volley Seltzer, good, clean fun. Leigh Waters, the main attraction on the PPA Tour right now. Just 15 years old. Her mother, Leigh Waters, at age 42, playing at the top of her game. Playing with her daughter adds a little bit of life to those legs, and certainly a lot of inspiration. Watching these two play is something else. If you've never seen it, you're in for a treat. Leigh just continues to get better and better.
She does, and she is playing even more confidently, coming off, as we mentioned in the Open, the Triple Crown. They've got their new Fila sponsorship, so they're decked out, matching outfits, looking great. And Lucy Kovalova's got 2 shots at gold today, so she's excited to be playing with Matt Wright, who unfortunately for him was not able. Silver's still a great result. And then Utah's favorite, Callie Smith, You're going to see the feet moving at 100 miles an hour, always ready. Big fire coming from her. And, you know, Drew, you and I talked about this new partnership, Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith, with Lucy before we got started today. And she mentioned how important it is for them to gel off the court as well as on the court, because they bring that here. They bring that budding friendship. They bring that synergy together. And any partnership in life, whether it's a pickleball partnership, your spouse, your business partner, it's got to work no matter where you put it. Now we're going to put it in between the 44 by 20.
You know, you make that point, and I think it's such a great one. I tried to break down her game and say, you know, what about her game complements her? She says, that doesn't matter. As long as our personalities get along and we get along, the rest takes care of itself.
Yeah, and they are also fortunate in that Lucy loves to play the right side of the court. Callie loves to play the right side of the court, have that big Callie Smith Onyx paddle forehand in the middle. So it all gels together very nicely. Speaking of paddles, Leigh Waters made a paddle change within the Paddle Tech family, and we've seen a little more pop on the ball there, and her game is rising in 2022 as well. She wants to get another title right here. They won the last one.
Leigh playing at the top of her game. How much of a difference is that paddle? Is it the paddle? Is it her? Is it a little bit of both?
It's probably all of the above. And I think, you know, if you think you've done something that's just a little different, your confidence then comes right along with it. So this is going to be likely the most entertaining. From the fans just love watching how these ladies scrap. I mean, certainly we saw tweeners and ATPs and Ernies for the men. So it's just different when you've got mother-daughter against two of the best players to ever play the sport in Callie and Lucy. This is going to be a blast.
Game one, Tommy.
Let's go.
2.
Women's Pro doubles underway at the Austin Open. Going to see great shots, great returns. As a sight out to start off for Kovalova and Smith.
0-0-1.
One thing I do love, Dave, I love the color coordinations on both sides.
Yes. You know, the
0-0-2.
professionalism and look of the sport needs to just keep rising, and that's a part of it.
Side out.
Great attack by Leigh Waters there. Not a huge amount of pace, but again, Lucy Kovalova sits back in.
0-0-1.
Got to find the right side of her body.
Point.
And if you're just joining us, the wind is certainly howling here in Austin, and you see it playing tricks here right off the bat.
1-0-1. Point.
Yeah, and if you are just joining us, the wind is at the back of the waters and moving also left to right across your screen.
2-0-1.
Nicely done from Leigh Waters.
Again, right side of the body, caught the right hip
3-0-1.
area there. That's where you want to go.
3-0 lead to start for Leigh and Anna Leigh. And that's a winner from Lucy.
When you've got the length of Kovalova and you are on that side and the dinks are going to sail, you've got to be looking, you got to be ready. Great job of reaching in and attacking a ball, and then you can flick it because that ball's going to stay in the court.
Great get by Anna Leigh, but that one's going to sail long for Mother Leigh.
Yeah, so when you're on the side the waters are on, you have to defend more places on your body because it's going to be in, usually up above your shoulders. That ball's out, but because of the wind, that ball's going to stay in. So your paddle preparation is different.
Looked like it was a little wide, and it was. Anna Leigh making the call.
0-3-2.
Point. First point for Lucy and Callie.
Yes, we'll look up ambitious in the dictionary, and
1-3-2.
there's the picture very low. Waters loved to rip those two-handers. That was a tough ball to hit.
Side out.
Especially when you are with the wind at your back, because those dinks are going to be drawn then back towards the net, so it's going to be even lower when you get a swing at it. Getting a gentleman who bought 11 Waters in honor of the Waters there off the court.
Point.
Anna Leigh comes up big.
And, you know, we saw the
4-1-1.
Johns boys on this side of the court attack, use that wind. And there it is on the female side. So that strategy from this side paying dividends so far.
Leigh and Anna Leigh first making their big splash at Nationals, remember, before the COVID pandemic.
Yes.
Then they went off the map just a little bit. 2022, they have been solid.
Second serve.
Yeah, and they were third, just trying to get there. You know, Anna Leigh's winning 1 or 2 things, and then boom, Triple Crown in Florida, and then here they are on Championship Sunday again.
5-1-2.
First around the post.
Point.
So if you're on the right side looking for an ATP, the wind is going to say, yes, I would like you to do that. Come this way, because
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to keep
6-1-2.
pulling the ball farther around the post. So great choice by Anna Leigh on a ball that at first maybe didn't look like that was there.
Side out.
That one got away from her just a bit.
Yeah, when they shake and bake or mean drop or drive, and Anna Leigh wants to come up, she wants to extend those arms and rip that next ball jammed up beautifully by
1-6-1.
Kovalova and Smith there.
Point.
6-2.
2-6-1.
Game number 1. And that's in. Beautifully done by Kovalova.
So that's the deal of you've got to defend places you're not used to if you have the wind at your back, because that stayed up even though it went by the right shoulder with some pace. That ball's out
3-6-1.
in Florida. Not here today in Texas with the wind.
Anna Leigh keeps it alive.
Point. Timeout
Leigh
receiving
cannot.
team. 4-6-1.
And we'll take our first timeout. Here a 6-4 lead for the Waters duo. Anna Leigh Waters, Leigh Waters taking on Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith here at Pickleball Central's Austin Open. Just a tremendous week of pickleball here at Pickleball Central's Austin Open, powered by Club Corp, Drew Felios, Dave Fleming. First event here in Austin, Texas from the PPA. Dave, I think it's been a smash.
Oh, it is. And, you know, the crowd here is loving it. The ability to take the tours we showed in the what's coming up. Texas to Utah, Utah to North Carolina, North Carolina to Georgia. It tells you everything about the sport. It is growing everywhere.
Lucy Kovalova starting to build up some steam here in game 1.
Yes, and the Waters are very methodical and smart about their use of timeouts. They didn't want to run to continue, but it did there. Boy, beautiful drive there by Callie Smith.
How about Callie Smith? Leigh can't get to it. 6 in a row.
Everyone's smiling after that, because after all that beautiful hand battle,
6-6-1.
It's a little kiss off the net that decides the winner at that point.
Anna Leigh just
Second
switches
serve.
hands so easily in such a short period of time.
Yeah, because for two-handed backhand hitters, if you hit one-handed
6-6-2.
volleys, just coordinating, getting that left hand up there if you want to take a big hack at it
Side
can
out.
be a problem.
Six, 6-1.
How about Leigh
Point.
Waters?
So anytime you have the big lead, you don't ever
7,
want to
6-1.
lose the lead. They got all the way to 6s, but now get the lead back.
Just off the paddle with Kovalova, so call it in.
Yeah, where that ball landed is irrelevant. Went off the tip of the Onyx
8-6-1.
Premier paddle that she uses.
Talk about Leigh and Anna Leigh as that goes off of Kovalova. They really changed the way that the women's
Timeout,
doubles
receiving
game
team, 9-6-1.
is played, haven't they?
Yeah, they just brought, they've sort of evolved themselves. They brought, we're going to play all out attack. We're going to swing from the midcourt. We're going to bring pace all day long. Ladies, deal with it. We don't care. We're going to hit everything hard. Well, guess what? The best ladies course corrected and said, well, that's not going to work because we're going to block all that. You can still bring it. So now they have the refinements at the kitchen. Anna Leigh's two-handed backhand roll dink. Leigh being able to manipulate the ball all over the place, and they still have the fire. So the teams that win are the ones that complement each other the best, as we talked about at the beginning of this. But the teams that have the most variety in shot making are the ones that play on Sundays.
Lucy Kovalova talked to her about replacing Simone Jardim as her partner. She said, for me, I thought about who's the toughest to play against, and it was a no-brainer, Callie Smith.
9-6-1.
Tremendous battle we have here on Championship Sunday. That's how you come out of a timeout.
Yeah, just shut up, ladies. That's so good. So good. And you saw Callie Smith's side. She thought she was going to get a ball down the line when Anna Leigh had to track one down behind her. Kovalova came
9-6-2.
just enough with her. You got to be in sync.
Oh, it just drops right in front.
You just can't get frustrated by that. I know it's easy to get frustrated by that. But
6-1. Second serve.
and this is the variety that the Waters can play with. Like, do we want to switch out? Do we not? When Leigh's returning, it's tough. Let's stay. But now they're going to switch. They almost forgot.
This is why women's doubles is the most popular event.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
I am wearing a hat and I tip it. I mean, just all four ladies, and there's mom and daughter even in sync on the fist pumps drill. Perfectly choreographed.
9-6-1.
It's a great point.
Serve back to the Waters and a chance to take game one.
Second serve.
Nicely done by Callie Smith.
Yeah, a good job by just taking margins away. So deep in the middle, deep in the middle. Let them
9-6-2.
sort out who's going to take the ball there.
opportunity there, and Callie Smith able to take advantage as they win the serve back.
Six, 9-1. Point.
Another point for Kovalova and Smith, trying to battle back here.
Yep, Leigh Waters went for the attack off the
7-on-1.
two-hander. Kovalova ready.
Left it open for Anna Leigh.
Watch this action.
Just unbelievable. Rarely does that happen to Anna Leigh Waters.
I mean, the defense is so good on the other side. You got to hit 11 winners on every point.
So Anna Leigh and Leigh Waters unable to pull away. Kovalova and Smith keeping them close. 9-8 here, game one at the Austin Open. That's wide from Anna Leigh, so the run continues.
And the Kovalova reach for the sky fist pump. The highest fist pump in all the land. We're at elevation. She's elevating that arm.
9-on-1.
Definitely a lot of reach from Smith and Kovalova that other teams cannot match. And that's in as well. It's 10-9. What a comeback.
Tremendous comeback, and again, if that is the good side, you want to defend it, and now it looked like they weren't going to be able to, and now they got a game point.
Waters are going to have to win 2 in a row here, Dave, and they cannot do it. Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith, tremendous on the comeback. They win 11-9.
And it's the fight and conviction those two have together that enables you to make a comeback like that.
How about these pairs? Waters and Waters, Kovalova and Smith. A matinee special. Championship Sunday at the Austin Open continues in a moment. The Pickleball Central Austin Open, powered by Club Corp, is brought to you by Pickleball Central, your pickleball superstore. By Hertz. Hertz puts you in the driver's seat. Hyper Ice, do what you love more. Gearbox, the official paddle of the Austin Open. And Durafast 40, the official ball of the PPA. Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith serving to begin game number 2. They take game 1 after being down. And all the momentum right now with Team Black.
Yeah, and what a great way to start. Come in, go outside hip on Leigh Waters, covering the middle.
Leigh Waters, relentless that time.
Yeah, and the Waters, they've been here before.
0-1-1.
They've made more than their share of comebacks, and sometimes the other team comes back as well. So just settle into your game. Try and knock this at 1.
And that's a beauty from Anna Leigh. So tied at 1. Look around the championship court here. See the crowds, Dave. And the crowds on the PPA Tour have just been awesome here in 2022.
Yeah, there's tons of people just showing up.
1-1-1.
They want to see the best players in the world, and they're putting on a show today.
There's another from the 15-year-old phenom.
So that's twice she's caught Callie Smith on the outside of her body. Callie's job on that side is to fill the middle, but got to keep her honest.
Anna Leigh comes to help mom out at just the right time.
And again, at 15, you should not have that good of anticipation. Come on. She saw that ball going back to her mom, who was back.
3-1-1.
So that looked like a safe place for the ball to go. It was anything but.
Second serve.
Seen Leigh try that a few times off a very low bouncing ball.
3-1-2.
Much rather see her do it when serving, because you don't lose a point.
Point.
And now it's 4-1, so the Waters once again starting off the game with a lead.
4-1-2.
You hear Don Stanley, our lead official for this match.
And the birthday boy.
They're singing a little happy birthday during the timeout.
Can't do it without these great referees, Drew.
They do such great work in the PPA.
Point.
Don Stanley, though, so emphatic in his calls. I love the energy that he brings.
Yes, everyone, here it comes.
5-1-2.
Boom.
Callie Smith, great lateral movement right above the kitchen.
Yes, nice job by Smith and Kovalova. Again, push them apart with the dinks and then win down the middle.
Point.
That's where the big swing does cost you a point.
2-5-1.
It's not going to change their pace or style.
Second serve.
Leigh Waters just would not relent.
Yeah, and I think Kovalova would like that choice back. She went for one, didn't work. Reset, and let's find something we like a little better.
5-2-2 here. Still in game 2. Make it 5-3.
Timeout receiving team.
It was a roaring comeback for Kovaleva and Smith in game 1. Waters do not want that to happen again. They lead by 2 here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and all the things you got to think about on Championship Sunday is that idea of, hey, do we need a replay? So the timeout usage just a little different, so they choose to use one here. Okay. If they really need one later, then you really got to make a decision. And there it is. Happy birthday, Don Stanley. He's not just pictured, he's on the scoreboard as well.
He's not just a referee. He is a legend in the sport of pickleball. Think back to great referees. Remember in boxing, the great Mills Lane?
Yes.
The enthusiasm. He's kind of like the Mills Lane of pickleball.
He is. You know, everybody has their favorite NFL referee when they make a big call.
15 seconds, 1 timeout, 2 timeout.
There's hockey referees. Wes McCauley is a guy that really gives emphatic calls like that as well. And they're an important part of not just the rules, but of the show. And Don, again, I'm going to just shut up and let him tell us. Don, what's the score right now, man?
Well, they say you don't notice a referee unless he messes up. I disagree.
Yep.
I disagree.
3-5-2.
Don Stanley, an exception to that for sure. Happy birthday.
Side out. Five, 3-1. Point.
That's not going to make it over.
So when you unwind a stack, meaning Callie wants to end up on the left side of the court,
6-3-1.
you're in a hurry on your return. And sometimes you'll miss it because you got to get there, especially with the firepower of the Waters.
Second serve.
Anna Leigh really went for a lot on the poach, and then you heard immediately, go, Mom. She didn't say Mom, but go. She said Mom in her mind. Just couldn't quite get there, could Leigh Waters.
Side out.
A little bit long from Annalee that time.
So a little ambitious on a couple of poaches there. We saw her earlier see one and
3-6-1.
destroy it. If she's fully extended, can't put the power on the ball.
Point.
And that time, miscommunication, one of the rarities for mother-daughter.
Yeah, I think Leigh was letting it go.
4-6-1.
And Annalee is like, I think that's in, and stuck her paddle in there.
Point.
A couple mistakes now from Annalee. She has played great situational pickleball in 2022.
She's played great no matter where she's been found. Just a tremendous
5-6-1.
talent.
I mean, I watched Annalee during the week, and I believe a match that you called playing Callie Smith in singles, and just absolutely
5-6-2.
was dominant. So impressive.
Yeah, she loves that singles.
That one is in. And of all the great wins Annalee has had in 2022, Dave, I think the most impressive was taking apart Larry Fitzgerald that night in Phoenix whenever he was spotted a 9-0 lead.
And the serve.
She comes back and just wins 11-9. Incredible.
Yes, and you know, again, we talk about the growth of the sport and having a Michael Phelps and Larry Fitzgerald that night in Arizona playing. That just ends up wide.
Here. You see it?
And we had some celebrities here in Austin as well.
Yes, we had the presumptive.
We have a video challenge.
Okay, so we have a challenge here. So we talked about that. So while we look at that, I'll finish the celebrity thing. So Quinn Ewers, who was the #1 recruit in the country, started at Ohio State, then went in the portal and is going to be here in Austin. So he came out and played. And then Bill and Juliana Rancic. Bill was the original apprentice, and Juliana Rancic, famous for entertainment. They're both best-selling authors, and they're both pickleball players, so they know a third shot drop. So the celebrities, the youngsters, we have 10-year-olds competing here. We have a youth program, and we have a youth program in the pro final here with 15-year-old Leigh Waters.
Crowd getting into this point. Saw a couple angles there on the replay.
The challenge, they will not be charged a timeout. But if the
challenge from Kovalova and Smith.
The ball was out, they will be charged a timeout, folks. The referees have views of video footage.
It's going to be a huge call. 6-5, momentum going back and forth here.
Yeah, and you want it, if you're the Waters, you want it to be like, okay, we lost on the bad side, so now we got to defend the good side. And a 2-0 hole is a big hill to climb. Not saying they can't, but
Don Stanley once again conferring with his fellow officials.
And the other factor here, and I talked about it a little bit a minute ago, if the challenge is not upheld,
upon video review, the call is out. The challenge is upheld. The result is team of Waters serving at 6-5-2.
Okay.
There you go, folks. Let him hear it. Video challenge.
And the ball does land just wide, so
Time in.
here we go.
6-5-2.
Mention those other officials: Roger Workman, James Otto, Jody Thurman, Howard Hepworth, also on the crew.
Side out.
Callie Smith, that was a bit of a knuckleball that time.
Yeah, you know, Annalee came crashing into the middle of the court. Go on the other side of her, and just Callie's
5-6-1.
always ready. Paddle up. You want to see paddle up? No one does it better than she does.
That's why.
Second serve.
Went for a big inside out there, and if you don't finish that swing, it's going to stay where it started, and that stays well
5-6-2.
wide. It's hard to hit it wide on that side today with the wind pulling the ball back, but that one was well wide.
Side out.
Leigh Waters picking her spot there, and it's sides out. Back to the Waters.
And that's that gray area on this side of the court.
6-5-1.
High at my shoulders. Do I let it go or not? Visually, it's out, but in today's wind, it's probably in.
That's long. So 7-5 here. Leigh Waters, former tennis player at the University of South Carolina.
Yes.
Leigh Waters, tremendous
7-5-1.
soccer player as well as pickleball, of course. And that's long, so another one misfired.
Yeah, and again,
Timeout receiving
those
team,
balls
8-5-1.
off the tape, you just want to compose yourself for half a second, because then it ends up on a platter, and it can be a fillet, but don't overcook it.
Well said. So lots of pickleball coming up here on Championship Sunday and the PPA from Austin, Texas, as Ben Johnson, Tyson McGuffin will be on deck. Great to see Tyson a little bit later. And then mixed doubles, Riley Newman, Catherine Parenteau against Matt Wright, Lucy Kovalova. Can't wait for that. And it all concludes with Catherine Parenteau and Leigh Waters in our finale.
Time in. 8-5-1.
8-5 here, game 2. Make it 9-5.
Heard Leigh say, "Mom, out." Again, whenever I say mom, she doesn't really say mom.
9-5-1.
But she got to finish anyway.
Lucy trying to finish. Great defense by the Waters. How about this point?
Floor is lava.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, after all that, Kovalova is able to not just hit an ATP, but you can see that Leigh guards the line and she goes on the other side of her body. That is such a smart ATP. Don't just go straight down the line if they're there to defend it. Hit the open spot. See if that insanity can inspire a comeback here.
An absolute gem of a point here in Austin. Second serve now for Leigh and Leigh.
Point.
And now a point away from evening this match up at a game apiece.
10-5-2.
Callie Smith finally able to finish.
You never know. Get that ball back and see how long you can keep it.
5-10-1.
Waters were not able to put it away in game 1. Don't want to follow suit here.
Again, let serves are replayed.
5-10-1. Second serve.
So if you want to play that high octane side, like Kovalova and Smith chose to do there, you're playing into a pace that the Waters like. So
that's a little bit wide.
So if you do it, just know that they will enjoy it, and then it's who's going to be better at it, and the elements will play a role in that.
Still 4 down for Kovaleva and Smith. And now the Waters will get the serve back with another chance to win a game.
That's one of those, if you are the player on the left side and you are reaching and extended, let your partner reset that.
Just out from Anna Leigh.
Try number 3.
10-6-2.
Anna Leigh puts it up in the air for Callie. It's long. We are tied at a game apiece. So far, as entertaining as the women's doubles game can get.
Yeah, you know, you see the matchup and you're like, okay, this is going to be like a full day pass at the amusement park, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Pickleball Central's Austin Open continues when we return from the Elevation Athletic Club. Elevation Athletic Club in Austin, Texas, buzzing all week long, and certainly right now, Championship Sunday does not get much better than the battle we have going on right now. The Waters against Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith.
Yes, and the far side has won the first 2. We'll see if that continues.
The average shots per rally, 10. He's had lots of long points. Certainly has been a battle of will so far. I will add too, Dave, the wind has settled down just a little bit here in Austin.
Agreed. During the men's match, it was significantly more gusty, and that's even harder to play with. If it's the same, you can kind of get calibrated. Gusty is harder to deal with, especially in the midcourt, to be able to reset the ball at the right pace.
Point.
Lucy can't return that. It's a point and make it 2-0.
Yeah, in between sliding and setting up a backhand, and just the right pace of the ball there by Leigh Waters.
2-0-2.
Callie Smith says, I got this.
Point.
And there's the clank that is what typically happens, and the ball coming across. Ideally, I'd love that to be Callie's ball, just so Kovalova isn't reaching as it's coming across. But they've had balls beat them down the middle without either paddle being there, so I get the once you're engaged.
Good start here for Leigh and Anna Leigh.
Such good footwork there by Anna Leigh Waters to take that attack away and turn it into an attack of her own. And not a big swing, just very compact. Use their pace. Especially on this side, you got the wind helping you. Don't need to take big swings.
Point.
5-0 out of the gates here in game 3.
Yeah, we are perilously close to a timeout, and there it is.
So Leigh and Anna Leigh Waters right now playing their game to perfection. Kovalova and Smith looking for answers. 5-0 game 3. Mentioned the great color coordination from the Waters family. Fila, see that F. More and more you're seeing that in this great game of pickleball, Dave.
Yeah, they just literally signed with them, and again, love to see all the support from a variety of places for this sport, ranging from Hertz, our title sponsor, Pickleball Central, Fila, And that catches Lucy Kovalova there as well. Got Baird Wealth Management. It's so wonderful to see the support because people know that this community is growing. Their loyalty to those that support it is significant. Get involved now and have all of those consumers be loyal to you as well.
6-0-2 here. Seven points in a row for Team Waters. And the sponsors right there, Dave, the ones you were referring to, it's one to have the athletic sponsorship, but when you got guaranteed rate going all in, you know you're onto something.
Yes, and as I love to say, you don't get extra points for hitting the guaranteed rate sign, but love to have them right there on the net. And just as we talk about the net plays a role in that serve, but my goodness, what a start.
0-7-1.
Dave, you were shaking your head on that
Just
point.
the individual hand speed of Callie Smith there, who was beat on the left side of her body and was able to get the paddle there.
1-7-1.
Obscene. Didn't have a huge impact in the point, but it would have if she doesn't get there. Unbelievable.
And Leigh Waters.
Second serve.
Right there, second serve now. 7-1 here, game 3.
Well, you can see that the Waters are just playing their game so beautifully, and because Anna Leigh has that huge two-handed backhand in the middle, they're able to slide and Leigh sits forehand when she slides to the left, and if you want to go in the middle, you deal with the Anna Leigh two-hander. They're protecting Leigh when returning by not making her come flying across the court, so they're happy to play this way as well on the returning side.
Side out.
Initially called deep, and then they said, no, it's good. So the Waters were only taking the big yell. They didn't get the come on, even though the ball was indeed good.
Chance to add to their lead here. Make this game 3 a runaway.
Second serve.
That time, though, for Leigh.
7-1-2.
Kovalova and Smith trying to dig in here.
And they're trying to dig in with a rare side switch for them. So now Kovalova is on the left.
8-1-2.
This is only when things are not going well do they go to this. Certainly capable, but it changes a lot of things from a point construction standpoint, meaning Lucy's got to be aggressive in the middle with the forehand.
Point.
And just the precision on those dinks that are a millimeter, Drew, over the net makes it very difficult to counter that on that side, because the wind is not going to help you when you are trying to lift it up off of a ball with that amount of pace. It's going to knock it down, and as it did right there.
Kovalova and Smith clearly looking for answers at the moment. Matt Wright gets up to go have a word. We're back in a moment. Beautiful day here, Austin, Texas. Drew Felios with Dave Fleming. Thrilled to have you along for the ride. Leigh and Anna Leigh Waters trying to pull away here. And women's doubles, and on the brink of going up 2-1.
Time in. 9-1-2.
That's a good timeout for Kovalova and Smith.
Yeah, and they went back to trying to play, make Leigh Waters hit a lot of balls. Let's really force them to earn it.
Second serve.
Great deep return there.
1-9-2.
And again, that's a corner of the court Kovalova hasn't been at.
Side out.
So it's just both of those balls. Callie Smith hasn't been trying to hit inside-out backhands on that side and wasn't set there.
9-1-1.
You just got to get into, okay, I'm playing the right side, different shots, even though it's the same game.
Second serve.
Kovalova waiting for that one.
And if you're the Waters, you'd love to stamp an 11-1 up there and really put doubt in your opponent. You know, they get back 4 or 5. It's like, okay.
That one's wide.
Side out.
Off her paddle, that ball is straight, but the wind ain't straight. Pulled that ball a foot wide.
1-9-1.
The hand signals from Anna Leigh. Smith and Kovalova have come back once in a game. That was game 1. This would be a very steep mountain to climb here, but that's a good way to start doing it.
Yeah, so that's what you've got to do as the left side players. If you dink wide, you show as she comes back that maybe that middle of the court's open, but as long as you slide back, you get candy, and she finished.
Point.
Anna Leigh can't return it, so another point. Couple
team,
quickies here for Kovalova and Smith, and the Waters family's not going to mess around. They'll take a timeout. That's one thing that Anna Leigh has become really good at, taking timeouts at the perfect times.
Because you have a very emotional team, and I say that in the most positive of ways. Kovalova and Smith like to get energy. We saw that comeback. Arms shooting in the air. We're coming back. The crowd loves that. The Waters want the crowd loving them. We're not letting them get on 4 or 5 of those in a row, even though we're up pretty big here. So let's calm that down. That's what they're doing right here. Anna Leigh is not even thinking about singles right now, but once that match comes up, and that's the conclusion of this event, it's going to be a beauty.
Kovalova was thinking Ernie. Rather Smith. Anna Leigh staying on her feet. Callie Smith trying to finish. Leigh Waters up against the net. The run continues.
And when you make a side switch like this and things start to come together, now you feel confident in that choice instead of it just being a strategic response. Now it's like, okay, maybe this is the way we need to play today.
Second serve.
Perfect pace on that by Leigh Waters.
Four 9-2.
And that's wide. So side out back to the Waters here.
Yeah, when you lob from that side into the wind, I'd love to see them just chase it, you know, take advantage of the opponent retreating and take the kitchen. You're going to have to probably volley a decent overhead, but it's part of the strategy.
Point.
So another point here, making it 10-4, and it's game point for Leigh and Anna Leigh Waters.
And you see a last-second switch as they want Anna Leigh in front of Callie Smith, who's back in the spot she started the match and unfortunately misses a dink there.
So Leigh and Anna Leigh Waters, not nearly as much drama as game number 2. They take it 11-4 and now a game away from taking women's doubles at this Austin Open. Always entertaining, always thrilling. Women's doubles on Championship Sunday continues. Callie Smith, Lucy Kovalova must win game 4 here in Austin. Anna Leigh Waters and Leigh Waters playing at the top of their game.
Game 4,
yeah, looking to make it 2 PPA wins in a row.
And look at that stat. Nearly 12 shots per rally in game 3.
And that was longer than the average from the first 2. So A little more patient points.
Whoever wins this certainly going to earn it.
Side out.
And keeping Anna Leigh honest on the right side of her body is a good idea. You just have to keep the ball down and not try to do too much with the next ball. She's quick enough to get there, but you can't let her get comfortable in the middle.
Point. One, 0-1. Point.
Callie Smith can't put it over. It's 2-0.
Yeah, just the little bit of footsteps from Anna Leigh over there. You know, then you try to make your ball just a little better, so it's not attackable by young Anna Leigh.
Point.
Boy, and a couple of sloppy, unexpected errors, and they're going to quickly call timeout here.
Gets a little contagious, doesn't it?
And that is the last virus you want to get on a pickleball court. Again, they came together as a team and won and won and won. Okay. Throw away these first 3 points. Let's find our game and find it now. Let's get a nice deep return. Let's get the ball where we want it. Do we want to keep Anna Leigh off the net? And then we're going to give it to her. Do we want to force Leigh to do it? Let's just hit the best return we have here and get into this.
Hung in. 3-0-1. You're good here. You have 1. 3-0, sorry, you good.
Birthday boy getting everybody squared away with their score.
Yeah, it's 4-0 here. Kovalova and Smith trying to get a side out. And that's long.
And those are just can't happen choices right now, especially on defense or return when it does ring the register.
Flat or recall. 5-0-2.
But when you're down, you try to do a little too much sometimes.
Can't get it all back with 1. They are digging themselves a hole here, Dave.
Yeah, and you can see that, you know, now they tried to put Lucy back on the left side, and Callie just off the line there. That's a ball she'd clobber if comfortable.
6-0-2.
Phenomenal get.
It's long.
And all of the choices made by the Waters, right? Like Leigh hits that knowing it's coming back, but she expects a counter somewhere.
Gotta go.
And was ready with the forehand to finish that and then let the ball go. The wind's at their back.
7-0-2.
7 in a row here in game 4. That's in. Anna Leigh pulls one out of the hat.
And again, that's that. Now on this side, you got to defend places that are usually out, but the wind keeps a ball like that in, and everything that can go wrong for Smith and Kovalova is right now.
Just got to get that side out. Easier said than done right now against this pair of mother-daughter.
Point.
Pushing Dink to the side, then pushing Dink to the other side.
Receiving team 9-0-2.
They've had to use both timeouts without scoring. That's the level on the other side of the court, though. Yes, there were errors, but the frustration obviously is there.
So right now you're coaching Lucy and Callie. What do you tell them?
Okay, we can't score. There's no 9-pointer. The guaranteed rate sign does not get extra points. So let's go. What return do I want to hit where I am going to do something significant with the 4th ball? Let's make Leigh hit a backhand. Okay, if we want to give them trouble in the middle, whatever we've talked about is the best return that Callie Smith has in her paddle. It has to happen here, and we got to stay on the line. Don't retreat. We're getting pulled around all over the place. And make smart choices. If it's in the yellow zone, we talk about green, yellow, red. If it's in the yellow zone, we ain't pulling the trigger right now. We got to play a confident, solid point, and then get our rhythm going when we get the ball back.
Lucy and Callie just called their last time out. Wow, what else can you say?
You can sometimes just say, I don't care what the coach says, that you tip your cap to the other side. And we could have a pickle here.
10-0-2. Side out.
And on championship point, the ball just catches the line. All right, stranger things have happened, but you got to get several here.
Defense just flawless from Leigh and Annalee right now.
The whole game. Okay. That's what it takes, so grind. Let's make Leigh Waters hit 25 balls a point. Just grind.
Saw the smiles from Callie and Lucy. They realize what they're up against here. Just sit back, have some fun, and just let it rip, right?
Exactly. What a privilege it is to get to play. Go be big, Lucy Kovalova, like you were right there.
Second serve.
Hate to have that happen when you just were so heroic on the shot before.
Callie cannot lift it over, so 10-2 serve back to the Waters with a chance to take the championship.
And that's another one reaching, then trying to pull that ball. Just tough to execute.
Team Waters takes their game to new heights here in Austin.
And that's 2 PPA championships in a row for them. They win in Florida, and then they come to Texas and win. And the way they won is interesting because they had game 1 in hand and lost it, and were able to put that aside and rattle off 3 in a row. That is really hard to do mentally because you're thinking about what was lost. Congratulations to the Waters.
The mother-daughter magic continues here on the PPA Tour. We'll talk to Annalee and Leigh when we come back. Women's doubles champions. What a tournament and what a championship Sunday it has been for Leigh and Annalee Waters, the mother-daughter duo. Do it again here in Austin. Let's check in with Hannah Johns.
Thanks, Drew. So excited to be here with these ladies. You just took the title. Big congratulations to you both. You lost the first game, but you came back as absolute fire.
fire. What was working so well?
Well, we knew it was 5 games, so we knew there was a lot of pickleball left to be played, and we were ahead a lot in the first game, so we were just sticking to our game plan and trying to stay positive, and that's what we did.
You know, pickleball is cited one of the few sports that cited the women's divisions are most fun to watch. We've been told over and over and over again by viewers. What do you think makes women's doubles so fun?
I think we're a little more aggressive and we get into a lot of those firefights, which are super fun to watch. And so let's keep it up, ladies.
Absolutely. Connor Ogden, please make your way down to the court with that trophy for these ladies now.
Leigh and Annalie, congratulations on yet another PPA title. I know this goes back-to-back, and if I know the Waters, I know a shopping spree is right around the corner. We're going straight to Red Rock after this event, and Vegas is a stop on the way. And so congratulations on your title here at the Pickleball Central Austin Open presented by Club Corp. So congratulations, ladies, and thank you so much for coming out and playing today.
Take it away, Drew.
All right, thank you so much, Hannah Johns. That is one good-looking trophy here at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, powered by Club Corp. What else can you say? 2 champions that have brought a new dimension to this great sport.